Hey, legends, it's Patty here. I just did a meeting with for the bidding wars and the buyers, and I didn't record it. So now I'm having to do this by myself, just for you, one more time, which is always good to, um, you know, go over again what we're talking about. So what we are talking about today, and I'm going to share my screen, is the bidding wars and how to get your buyers' offers accepted. So I'm not sure if these are in order now, but we're gonna, here we go, number one. Okay, I want all of the legends to look like the most professional offer, and I think this is not number one. It isn't. Yeah. I am perfectly imperfect. Oh yeah, that was number three. And that's number three again. All right, now I know where it is. Okay, here we go. Bidding wars. Okay. When you run comps for your clients, it's so hard to tell them right now that say they're approved for 550, but homes in their neighborhood are getting bid up at least 5%. So you've got to tell them that they've got to look at homes that are around 525 or 520, because that's going to give them 5%, 30,000 to bid up should they need to. So, and I know it's so hard, and I tell people to, number one, right now, stay off Zillow, because our inventory is low. They've sold those spots to agents, and a lot of that stuff in Zillow is bogus. The best site would be realtor.com. And other than you setting them up, of course, on an automatic, as it happens, real-time search in the MLS, that's the best. And we should probably do a class on that. So that takes care of the wiggle room and getting your clients. And the first ones I did in COVID, they went through 4 bidding wars before they really listened to my advice. And we ended up bidding on a house that was listed for 580. We closed at 626. That's one other thing. When you're deciding on your price to offer, whether in the main offer or the multiple counter, make it off a little bit. Don't go 525 or 550. Do 551.5, 551.8. 526.7, whatever it is, bump it up a little bit. So there's that. And number 2 is interest rates. Bring that one over. Okay, this is a good graphic that you can use your print screen button and then type in, go to paint, and then copy and paste, and then crop this. Because this is easier. You know, it's like when your parents told you to do something when you were a kid and you wouldn't listen, but somebody else tells you the same thing and you listen. Giving your buyers this graphic is going to make a lot more sense to them. And what I neglected to leave off was that bottom one is over $500 a month different. So you telling your buyers to buy now sounds like you're being a pushy salesperson. When in honesty, you're trying to save them money, because if they go today at 500, this is principal and interest only. You always had to clarify that, 2108. If they have room to bid up, it's going to be $200 a month more, but the interest rate's going to stay the same. If they wait and interest rates go up, you're looking at $279 more. If they wait even longer, the prices and the interest rates go up, it's over $500 a month more. So provide this with your buyer's guide, which is on our private Facebook page. I post them quarterly from Keeping Matters Current, or Keeping Current Matters. I always screw that up. But that's a really easy editable document. It's really easy to edit in Canva, which I think is still free. So that is that. So this can be added to your, oh, I got an ad, to your buyer's guide. Okay, number 3. It's coming up. Okay, we are going to look the most professional. You've got a listing agent who's got a listing. They're overwhelmed with phone calls and texts and emails. You want to look the best. You want to look like the least problematic, because if they get a file or an email that has 4 files in it, the letter, the offer, the proof of funds, what a pain, right? You want one seamless document. So whether you're using DocuSign, but I know Eric Roden, I should have him do a class on this because he uses ZipLogic in car, which is free. DocuSign's like $240 a year. I use it almost every day, so it's hard for me to give up. but I should probably explore that as well. Okay, you do want a love letter. I had a client, a listing a couple years ago at $1.5 million, and I did it was a quiet investor only. All the offers came in at 1.5 except one, and that one offer buyer named the property, put it on a picture of the property, did a poem. I could see her face change when she was reading it. It was $1,360,000. They got the property, $140,000 less, and the other people were really upset with me. But it's not our decision. Remember to tell that to the people that are offering on your property. It's not your decision, it's the seller's decision. So, okay, one seamless package, a pro email from you stating that you're going to counsel your clients to only address health and safety if there's a request for repairs, that you have a team behind you, that you have a transaction coordinator that is well-versed in the business, is going to make sure everything is seamless. Refer to everybody around you as your team, including the next one, the lender. Hopefully your buyer is using somebody you know and trust. If they are not, I'm going to assume you've already had a conversation with them, and then the morning after you submit your offer, that lender needs to call the listing agent and start building that relationship. And they need to be a part of your team. A few hours later, maybe that evening or the next morning, you need to follow up with the listing agent and say, are we expecting multiple counter? Ask where you're at in the pile. Are we near the top? Do we need to come up? What about terms? What can we change? Some of them aren't going to tell you anything. Others are going to say, yeah, you need to come up a little bit. Yes, we have somebody buttoning up their inspection period, which is so easy to do. Unless you're in a condo and the docs are slow. HomeWise, I know, is overwhelmed right now. Appraisals are hard to shorten right now because they are also overwhelmed, but you may ask your lender, if you know them, can you shorten this up a little bit? And if you have a full DU approval from your buyer, you probably can. So that's huge. Those things really matter. If you have full DU approval and you're tightening timelines and you're coming in looking like a pro, you've got a really good chance of getting your buyer's offer accepted. Which leads me to the last slide. Okay, for your sellers, if you get an objection that says, yes, I want to sell my house, but how am I going to find a replacement home? Now you have a strategy. This is your strategy. And finding buyers right now that will accept a contingency on a replacement home is not going to be a problem. I would imagine most would say, yes, just it's mine, let's open escrow. So this is a good slide. Again, this should go in your listing presentation. Hit your print screen button, hit paint, copy, paste, crop, and add this to your arsenal. Again, the listing presentations are updated quarterly. They're in our private Facebook page. So you should check that often, because I also put at least 3 or 4 pieces of shareable social media there for everybody. We also have access to Keeping Current Matters. So there's a lot of articles. You can't post articles on Instagram, but you can. So you should be posting on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube if it's any kind of video, and then more and more. And did I mention LinkedIn? I may have missed that one. And now we have all these other ones popping up, which I haven't really explored yet. So anyways, there you have it. I am always here for questions. I hope that helps you get your buyers' offers accepted and helps you get some buyers, because they don't understand, having that confidence in us is what makes them feel good. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Everybody have a great day. Find where I shut that down. All right. Take care.